Yeah, Reno? No, I don't know where he is. No, he's not in the bar. The bar's closed. Damn it.
Tonight on Access TV, it's Gotham Comedy Live. Get ready to laugh with Mike Fine, Veronica Mosie, Joe Vecsey, Rondell Sheridan. This week's host, Reno Collier. Gotham Comedy Live. All happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Reno Collier!
Welcome, everybody, to Gotham Comedy Live. You guys ready to have some fun tonight? We're in New York City. We got people from all over the place. I'm not from here. It's good to be here. I freaking have eaten pizza for 2 straight days, and look, are you kidding me, man? That shit is not cool. It's all white and hairy. When it gets wet, it looks like somebody dropped a raw turkey on the floor of a barber shop. But when it's tan, it's rotisserie chicken. I know I'm chubby, and I know why, too, because I'm so damn hungry, you know? And then after I eat, I'm like, damn, I'm sleepy. And then I wake up, I'm like, you want to get something to eat? That's why I grew this goatee. I kept seeing fat guys with goatees. I was like, what's that all about? And then I grew one. I'm like, oh, I get it. It's a curtain for neck fat. You know what I mean? It covers up your goiter. So for Christmas, to get in shape, I got a Wii Fit. You know what Wii Fit is? It's like this interactive video game where you can work out and play video games. It's freaking mean, man. It comes with a scale and shit. You get on it, it's like, get off, fat ass. And I'm like, damn, man. They put your ass on TV. There's laser beams. I got some BMI, bowel movement, industrial problem I didn't know I had. And the whole point of it is you're supposed to they put your fat ass on TV with this cartoon, dude, right? And you're supposed to race him. And you're supposed to hold a white stick, and you push the button, and you run real fast like this, and you burn calories. It takes 30 seconds to realize you don't really have to run. You just hold the damn thing and go like this with it. Shit, I've been doing that for 25 years. That don't make you skinny, that makes you sleepy. So, since last time I was here, I got divorced, right? And I hope nobody has to go through that. That's hard. I didn't even see it coming, you know. I came home, she's like, you know, you don't pay attention, or I don't know what she said. And, and she left, right? So I was busted up for a while. And now, after about 1.5 years, I'm feeling much better because I'm dating a college girl. Well, she's 58. She takes night classes, but she parties her ass off now. I got free parking at DeVry. Marriage is hard, man. She was always just freaking, and I turn around all the time, you know? And you get a bunch of ging, and it turns into, and shit goes crazy. And she's always told me about drinking. She's like, why do you think you have to drink all the time? I'm like, because if you ever had to hang out with you know? She made me watch this TV show on A&E called Intervention. You ever watch that show? I learned something from watching that show. I learned this. I learned if you ever come home to your house and your whole family's sitting around the kitchen table and you don't see a turkey, get the fuck out. Because you're fixing to go to camp. And I told her, I said, let me tell you something right now. This stupid-ass show ain't going to make me quit drinking. She goes, oh, yeah? How about this? I'm not going to have sex with you anymore if I smell liquor on your breath. I was like, okay, I see where you're going with this. You want to do it during the daytime, right? And she's like, no, you moron. Anytime, if I smell liquor on your breath, you're cut off. I was like, that's a horrible thing to say to your husband. You can't hold something like that over my head. She goes, oh, yeah? Let's go back to last weekend. You come home drunk, you get in bed naked, your belly's jiggling all over the place, you're sweating everywhere, holding onto the bedpost, going 150 miles an hour, laughing at God only knows what. You spilled beer all over my pillow, and I think I heard you chewing on potato chips. said, Amy, a lot of guys like having sex like that. She goes, I was in the other room, you jackass. Sometimes that's how I like it. And the worst part was she hated my friends. You know, if you're in a relationship, I'm sorry, you guys have got the worst seats, man. I'm like, I can't move back because it's TV. I'm all gut and no butt, you know? I'd be a horrible drug smuggler. It's like one pill. That's all I can take. I'm full. I'm full. I know it's a misdemeanor. I'm sorry, man. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, she hated my friends, right? And if you're in a relationship with someone, you got to give it up for them and be part of that relationship and accept their friends, you know? I love my buddies. I always take up for my friends. And my favorite friends I have are my friends I've had since I was like 12 years old, right? And let me tell you why. Ladies, for guys, whatever age a guy is that he becomes friends with another dude, that's the same age that we're going to act when we get back together with each other for the rest of our lives as long as we're friends. So my friends I've had since I was 12, we get together, we're flicking boogers on each other. Somebody's not paying attention, you hit them in the head with a rock. We sneak around behind Scotty's house, look in the window, watch his mom take a shower. It's the same. Well, it's different because she sits down now. I wish that shit wasn't true. But my friends get away with stuff with their wives, right? And I haven't figured out if I was just in a marriage that I got away with absolutely nothing, or my friends are freaking geniuses, right? I go to my buddy's house, I don't knock or nothing. I just walk in the front door, and I hear upstairs in the hallway this banging on the walls like the house is coming down, right? It's like wham, wham. I go running upstairs to look down the hallway. Now, my buddy's wife weighs 125 pounds, all right? My buddy is 260. He's on her back with a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand, and they're going down the hallway tearing up the drywall like, wham, wham. And I'm like, hey, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, well, Bob makes me practice in case there's ever a fire and he's too drunk to get out. I went home, I asked my wife, I was like, hey, honey, if we ever had a fire, you know, would you carry me out of the house on your back? She didn't miss a beat. She's like, hell no. I said, because of my weight? She goes, no, probably because I'd be in the backyard with a can of gasoline. You guys ready to have some fun tonight? We will be right back after this.
Mike Fine is taking the stage when we return. And stick around later tonight for Reno Collier when he takes the stage.
But this is a bold experiment in television, you know? Because as you're experiencing this, people at home are experiencing it, you know? People at home can see me suddenly making a connection. Totally out of nowhere, just immediately recognizing, now that's a girl who had her bangs cut so that they swoop to the right. But unlike the television viewing audience, they won't feel this. No, you'll have to come to New York City for that.
Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs happening right now.
All right, welcome back. Our next guy coming up, he's a writer for Comedy Roast. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mike Fine.
That's right. Come on, isn't this better than having a good time? This is great. I'm so excited to be here and seeing all these wonderful people. I was so excited to be here, I actually invited my rabbi to come out to the show to come cheer me on here, but he respectfully declined because he says he does not like the language they use at some of these comedy shows. You know, like cover charge, 2-drink minimum. It's kind of offensive. Well, I was glad my mom was able to come out. I love my mom. I'm very close with her. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that she almost died while having me, you know. Not during childbirth, but during conception. The car just went out of control over there. It's great. I always told her that one day when I become rich and famous, I'm going to buy her a big, beautiful house and charge her a fair market rent. It's hard to find good tenants, damn it. It's great. Some of you are looking at me like you may have seen me before or recognized me, and that's probably because I was on the Facebook for a little while. I actually just got off of the Facebook and decided to go back onto MySpace. I want to be by myself for a little while. Getting some peace and quiet now. It's great. I just finished plagiarizing my first book. It's kind of exciting. 53 Shades of Grey. It's 3 shades darker than the other one, but the same unbeatable price. It's a lot of us comedians during the day, we also have day jobs. I work for the state of New York as a volunteer for a suicide prevention hotline. Thank you. And my record's 15 and 32. A little embarrassed, but these people that call, oh my gosh, are so annoying. This one guy that called, oh my gosh, I couldn't get him off the phone. Just tell me about how his wife left him and he lost his job. And I'm like, but just put it on the note. It's crazy. Thank you. A lot of beautiful women here, tonight. That's great. Some guys like women with accents, not me. I actually like women with speech impediments. A girl's named Samantha come super sexy. It's great. I love performing here. Last time I was performing here, after I got off stage, this girl walked over to me and she said she wanted me to make love to her in the worst way. And fortunately for her, that's the only way I know how. Yeah, I'm not very good at making love, but to compensate, I have really nice linen. It's not trying to show up. I got a 480 thread count on my futon back in Queens over there. So I was just dating this girl recently. Please play along now. And yeah, she said that before she decides on spending the night with someone, she likes to wait a little while to make sure the first time's gonna be special. And I'm like, that's really cool. I respect that. I said I actually feel the same way about spending money on a nice dinner. I want to wait a little while. It's crazy. It was crazy getting here tonight. Oh my gosh, I was walking through Times Square, and oh my gosh, you would not believe what I saw there. I saw this couple that was fighting with each other, and this guy was screaming and cursing at this woman, and it looks like he was about to hit her, and I was going to get involved and help, but it looks like she was getting the message. So it's That's right. I love how you applaud for domestic violence. This is great. It's a lot of fun being here. You know, I almost didn't make it here tonight because my grandmother was experiencing severe chest pains. It appears she found out I left the house without a jacket. So she's gonna be okay though. I just got one of these cell phones, not trying to show off to you all, but, my mom gets upset at me when I put the cell phone in my pocket over here because she says cell phones could cause cancer. But I don't think it's the phones that cause cancer. I actually think it's the people you talk to on the phones that cause cancer, but don't really have scientific data to back it up, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Do you guys know what you're supposed to do when your phone drops in water? Yeah, that's right. You're supposed to put it in rice. I tried that, and it didn't seem to work, so I made like a soup and salad to go with it. Didn't seem to work at all. What's up with that? I have a lot of free time on my hands. Don't look so surprised. It's in my free time, I like to go to restaurants where I don't work and just start seating people. It's like, you four, come with me. This is it's crazy. I have to get in shape now. They just opened a yoga studio down the block from my house, and it seems to be really popular because I see people coming and going all day with their little rolled up mats and their colorful little outfits. So I figured I'd go in there and give it a try. And so I go in there and start doing my stretching in my Lululemon pants and everything. And then I get into this lotus position, and I work my way into a downward dog. Yeah, and then about like 20 minutes into it, it actually occurred to me that it wasn't a yoga studio, it was actually a mosque. Yeah, so instead of getting in shape, I actually learned how to fly a plane. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Veronica Mosie is taking the stage when we return.
You guys having fun so far? It is my honor. Please welcome from Comedy Central, Miss Veronica Mosie.
Simmer down. No, it's good. I'm so happy to be here, guys. I got to tell you, I am 42 years old, and about a year and a half ago, I gave birth to a beautiful little girl. So I just want to share. Thank you. Thank you so much. Huge mistake. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. People keep asking me, you must be so tired because of the baby. I'm like, no, I'm tired because I'm 42, okay? I'm practically dead because of the baby. Do you understand? Why we're so down on teen pregnancy, I have no idea. These women would make the perfect mothers. Do you understand this? They want to stay up all night. They have energy. You know, if it's so bad for teenagers to take care of babies, why do we pay them $8 an hour to do it, okay? Makes no sense to me at all. The thing is, and here's the thing, is that the medical community agrees with me that I'm old as dirt because any pregnancy above the age of 35 is referred to as geriatric. Yeah, nothing makes you feel all warm and wrinkly inside like that term. I swear, I didn't even buy a stroller. I just bought a walker with a car seat that snaps into it. And the other thing is that you're high risk. I don't know if you guys know this. You're a high risk. And they tell you every single appointment, you understand you're high risk. You know you're high risk. Veronica, you are aware you're high risk. I was like, dude, this is the most dangerous thing I've done in 15 years. I swore to God I was going to give birth to a Navy SEAL, honestly. It was amazing. And then they test the baby for all kinds of things, right? And make sure there's nothing, whatever the heck. People always worry about everything. One of the things I don't understand is they test for Down syndrome, okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think kids with Downs are awesome. All they do is run around and play and laugh and you know, like hug people and stuff. You know, don't worry about Downs. Like, I would be worried if I got a test and found out my kid was going to be Kim Kardashian. That would be a real... You know what I mean? Like we need personality tests, right? Like if you find out your son inside you here, it has a mutated gene that's gonna make him grow up and call a bartender chief, you might want to get rid of that, okay? Sorry. The thing is, like, I'm in this weird spot right now where, like, you gotta understand, like, I partied in New York for 25 years, okay? And now I'm a mom, you know? And a lot of people are, like, into being moms, and I feel like I'm just, like, I even dress like a mom. I'm wearing a flowy top, okay? Like, these boots are from Costco. Do you understand? Like, I feel like I'm just one blinking Christmas tree sweater away from just hanging it up. That's it, it's done. And every time a mom says something to me, like, you know, there's a new mommy blog. Did you see the new mommy meetup? There's a mommy group. I just want to yell out, I've done cocaine, okay? Ay, ay, ay. I hate everybody. You don't understand. I have to make all these mom friends now. I'm at the age I don't want to make any friends, okay? I hate the friends I have. Do you understand? I've been trying to get rid of them for 20 years, and they're never going away. So these moms, and they're all weird. They're all weird. What's wrong with people today? These women will ask you questions like, so tell me about your birth story. I'm always like, oh, you first. It sounds amazing. And they're like, well, I gave birth at home in a vat full of freshly squeezed guava juice. I was surrounded by my midwife, my doula, my shaman, my Tibetan monk, and my Pilates instructor. We sang the child into the world. And so what's yours? And I'm like, oh, well, my birth story, brought to you by Medicaid. I gave birth at a state hospital, and I was surrounded by 8 Haitian and Jamaican nurses who kept saying things like, shut your mouth and push like you're making a big caca, mama. Yeah. So I pretty much crapped my kid out. Thank you. So weird. I don't connect with any parents. They do all these weird things now. The big trend, everything's trendy. Be trendy. You know, it's like teach your baby sign language. That's a big one. People are like, oh, look, she's saying please. Oh, look, she's saying thank you. I'm like, they're not. Anyway. I just don't understand that they're not saying anything. I just waited for my kid to talk because I'm a loser. And but what's happening is now they think they have like these advanced babies. Have an advanced, like they're not actually, kids are becoming speech delayed. Do you know that? Because of sign language? Yeah, because they think they're gorillas. Do you understand? Like that's what happens. They're not saying anything. Just name them Coco and get it over with. If you know Coco, you're really old, by the way, because that's an old reference. The other thing is that it's a trendy thing is to do trendy names, right? Like a lot of people name their kids really trendy names. Like people name their kids after where the baby is conceived. Like I have a friend who named her son London, another one who named her daughter Paris. So my husband and I were thinking about Caesar's Palace Hotel and Casino. Maybe just call her Jacuzzi for short. I don't know. And then a lot of people, they name their kids like these ironic names. You know, it's like gotta be like kind of crazy. Like I know this couple that has twins named Gunner and Stryker. Yeah. What's their dog's name? Kevin. Isn't that great? It's so great. So irritating. And then my husband, he's become like this second baby that I have. He's just super annoying and, you know. It's just, I love him. I do, like 40% of the time. The thing is, He's got this, like, he's being pushy now. I think he's jealous of my daughter's room, and he keeps saying he wants a man cave. He said, do you guys do this? I don't know, what a man cave, what a man cave. It's like, no, you already have one. It's called the bathroom, okay? Just grab a couple Star Wars figures in there and go take a dump. There's your man cave, you know? The thing is, he's from Australia. I know we got some Australians here, right? He's from Australia. You know what the sexiest thing about being married to a man from Australia is? Having in-laws that are 10,000 miles away. Amazing. Amazing. One phrase I wish we'd get rid of in this world is the phrase MILF. Can we talk about this for a second? If you guys don't know, you know what it is, right? A mom I'd like to... Fuck yes, you guys already know because you're all disgusting people. This is the thing. You have to understand that the thing is, I learned recently that the women that do MILF porn are actually not mothers. They're not. And it offended me at first. And then I thought, no, it makes sense because if you put a real mom on a casting couch, she's just going to take a nap. That's what's going to happen. Like, real MILF porn would have a specific audience. It would be men who like to pleasure themselves while women are sleeping. Otherwise known as husbands. I'm Veronica Mosie. Thanks a lot, guys. I had a great time.
Joe Vecsey is taking the stage when we return.
Let me ask you something. You ever have to apologize in front of your mama? I had to apologize in front of my mama. You ever had to apologize in front of your mama on national TV for fucking? Tiger Woods apologized in front of his sainted mother on national TV for fucking. What do white folks say? That's not enough. He needs to pay his wife $100 million. This man paid his wife $100 million. Are you fucking kidding me? Michael Jackson only had to pay $20 million, and he fucked a little kid.
Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from MTV2, Joseph Vecsey.
What's up, guys? All right. I try to listen to some like hip hop music for the show to get hype. I can't really do it anymore. I used to be such a fan, but it's kind of lost all its lyricism. You know, it's all just the same stuff. It's just like one sentence, then a pause, and then one or two words after that sentence that somehow relates to that sentence. So like, I'll give you some examples of why like I could write lyrics for rappers today. Like they'll say something like, yo, you'll never copy my style. You'll never wipe me out. Paper towel. If you listen to some of this stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Or they'll say something like, yo, I eat caviar. Y'all eat cereal. I roll in a small circle. Cheerios. That's like the new rap today. And even like the toughest and hardest dudes in like Brooklyn, Bronx will still be like, yo, he said cereal, Cheerios? Yo, that's just the truth right there. That's hard body. I'm gonna tweet that out to my 30 followers right now. I love watching rappers make movies. It's one of my favorite things to watch because it's so beautifully bad. It's almost artistic. I was watching a film the other day called Before I Self-Destruct, written and directed by 50 Cent. That almost could be the punchline. And I'm like, all right, there's no way like gangster rapper, like shot 9 times, you know, $300 million man, 50 Cent, went to his local Starbucks with an Apple laptop to write out dialogue for a screenplay. No way. 2 minutes in though, I was like, yeah, he wrote this shit. I'm like, yeah, there's no Jewish ghostwriter behind this disaster. Now, here's the thing. My mom is a big like hip hop head. She brought me to all my rap concerts since I was a little kid. Like, we went to the Jay-Z concert, like, years ago. I was, like, 12 years old. We were the only white people there, let alone the only mother and son duo. And people were looking at us like we should not be there, like they wanted to murder us. And at the time, I thought, like, oh, my father's a cool dad for letting us go out. I'm like, he doesn't care about our well-being. Like, this was not a safe place to be. I don't know. I used to play street basketball professionally before I did comedy. It's like modern Harlem Globetrotters, if you've never heard of it. And I was the only white dude on the team. It was just me and a bunch of dudes from the projects, okay? So we had different pregame rituals, me and my teammates. Like, I'd be the stereotypical white dude before a game. I'd stretch out, you know, try not to get hurt. Another dude on my team from the projects, he had a little bit different pregame ritual. He would smoke weed, drink vodka, and eat 11 ice cream sandwiches. That's what he did, and I was like, you think that's like a good thing to ingest in your body right before a physical activity? And his rationale was fascinating. He was like, yeah, Joe, but whatever I have, I'm just gonna shit that out later. And I'm like, I don't know what health magazines this dude's been reading, but it doesn't work that way. You don't just start over from ground zero like you never had it. I don't know if he thinks like, yeah, I had 5 cheeseburgers, I shit it out, now I'm a vegan. And the thing was, now being the only white dude in the team, guys would also try to scam money out of me on the team too. They'd always try to do that with all different little, you know, scams. They'd be like, Joe, is there any way I can hold $20 for gas money? And I'd be like, Larry, I'm like, maybe I missed it, but do you drive? And then he just looked back at me, licked his lips, and was like, no. And I'm like, that's the most honest and disrespectful answer I ever got in my life. I gave him the $20 just out of respect. Yeah. And then the thing was, I seen him like a month later at a different basketball game, and I tried to get my $20 back. And if we all put our heads together in this room, we would not come up with the brilliant response that this man came up with for not paying someone back $20. I was like, yo, is there any way I can just, you know, get that 20 from like a couple months ago? And he was like, Joe, he's like, we passed that. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's, all right. He's like, we don't need to be talking about that right now. It's like, live in the moment, man. It's that Buddhism lifestyle. And I'm like, yeah, I guess we don't need to be talking about that right now. I mean, how can you argue with that logic? And I love how he was like really like telling me, he was like, no, that's my lifestyle. That's lifestyle knowledge. Like I owed him something for telling me this now. That was my experience. I'm 6 months out of a relationship, and I didn't know you could be this happy. I didn't know. Man, talk about being with the wrong person. You know what? It's crazy. I realize I have a type now that I'm dating again. I have a type. I'm attracted to alpha females who abuse me. That's what I'm into. I was going out with a first date with a girl, and I was telling her the breakup story, and she called me a pussy. First date. Called me a pussy. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. I got to get to know her. This could be my wife. It was funny because when I was dating the older chick, she would always, like, she was about 5 years older than me, okay? But like a good 5 years. Like a good 5 years. I don't know if you guys know what that means. When you add good to an amount of time, it's actually more than it is. So like if your friend calls you up and he's running late to your house, he's like, I'm a good 20 minutes away. You know that means like fucking 45. So I'm just saying a good 5 because like I'm a little embarrassed. I don't want to reveal it was over a decade. And my mom, she was not thrilled with the age gap because she would be looking at us sometimes, like when we were together, like, you guys have to decide if you want to have kids, like in the next 3 hours. And the thing was, when I was dating the older chick, it was cool, but she would always brag to me that she was giving me experience. She always said, I'm giving you experience, like sexually, but she was very lazy in bed, so I wasn't really getting the experience. I was like, you gotta show me some archive footage or something. Because sometimes she would be so lazy, I have to remind her during it. I'm like, you know this is consensual sex, right? I'm like, feel free to participate. Like, anytime it would come up with other couples, like, how often, do you guys have sex? I was like, how often do we have sex? I'm like, I have sex. And we did have amazing sex, but I'm not going to give credit where it's not due. We don't both get to say we won a championship if you rode the bench. And then anytime I was worried about her, she would keep in touch with her ex-boyfriend, I was worried about her cheating on me, she would never make me feel good about it. She wouldn't say like, oh, I love you, I would never cheat on you. She would give me the worst answer ever. She would just say, oh, Joseph, I don't have energy for that. And I'm like, that's not a good answer of why you wouldn't cheat on me. You don't have energy for that? I'm like, what happens if you get a good night's sleep one night? Guys, I'm Joseph Vecsey. Y'all been great. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rondell Sheridan is taking the stage when we return. Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this going. This next comedian has done it all. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so happy to have him, Mr. Rondell Sheridan.
Booyah! What's up, New York? Woo! If you're over 40 and you know it, clap your hands. I'm gonna say it again. If you're over 40 and you know it, clap your hands. I had to say it twice because some of you didn't hear me the first time. Some of you are like, I think his name is Shorty. I'm not sure. I'm 57 years old. I know I don't look like I'm 57. There's an expression, black don't crack. But it stretches like you wouldn't believe. Oh, my Lord. I'm doing things now that young people don't do. You can't afford to do it. Now, I'm not bragging. I went on I call it an ancestral trip. I went to find out where my people are. Like, I got Italian friends. They go back to Italy. They find their people. They find out where their grandfather grew up. I just got back a couple of weeks ago from Zimbabwe, Africa. I went on this trip. It was incredible, man. If anybody think that's where your heritage is from, you got to go. They do a DNA test. They do everything, man. They're there for 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks in Zimbabwe, I found out, now this blew me away, I found out that my people are from St. Louis. I didn't know nobody in Zimbabwe, man. I was like, damn, man. I went on a zip line, though, in Zimbabwe. Anybody been on a zip line? Been on a zip line? Yeah, where'd you go? Where'd you go on your zip line? You don't even know where you went at all on the zip line. Puerto Vallarta, on Mexico? Yeah, I don't know where I would go to a zip line in Mexico. They don't have any safety things at all. You know, that rope is supposed to be tied to something. It's all dangling. Yeah, aren't you supposed to tie this? Yeah, we don't know where the donkey is. We don't know. Sometimes the donkey's in the water. We don't know where the donkey is. Just go. We will catch you. Just go. Zimbabwe, Africa has the second longest zip line in the world. It's almost 2 miles long. The first tier is almost a half a mile, meaning from the first time you step off the platform to your feet touch the next platform, half a mile. I went a couple of weeks ago, it was 187, not 187, oh my God, I would have just melted, shit. It was 127 degrees. I got altitude sickness there, and we hired a guide to show us around Zimbabwe, and he could tell I was sick, right? He came up to me and he goes, okay, welcome to the Zimbabwe zip line. I can see you are not feeling well. I am going to give you a banana and a gun. I'm like, a banana and a gun, what is that, a box lunch in Africa? What the hell? I'm thinking he's kidding. Out of nowhere, he puts a banana in one hand, a gun in the other, shoves me off the platform. I'm sailing for a half a mile, just zzz. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I got a banana in one hand, a gun in the other. All of a sudden, down below in the jungle, I hear, ooh! get to the first platform. I'm like, excuse me, I heard some stuff down there that was not on the brochure. What is going on? And he says, do you still have your banana? I'm like, I squeezed most of that shit out of there. I didn't know you needed it back. What's going on? And he says, okay. Let me tell you something. If an African ever says to you, okay, it is not okay. If you fly into JFK and there's an African cab driver and you say, do you know where Queens is? And he says, okay. Get the fuck out the cab, okay? Your ass will be in Zimbabwe next week, okay? So I get to the dude and I go, what's going on? He goes, okay. Sometimes the zip line breaks. I'm like, that wasn't on the brochure. Sometimes the zip line breaks. If it breaks and you fall, you stay where you are. We will find you. But if you hear movement in the jungle, throw your banana at the movement. If it keeps coming, shoot yourself with the gun. So all I do is travel. That's my job now. I just travel, tell jokes all over the world. I just got back from Jamaica. Anybody been to Jamaica at all? Jamaica? Yeah? Where'd you go in Jamaica? Where'd you? You don't know. You were high the moment you got on the plane, didn't you? You were like, there's a lot of black people here. Where are we? I flew on Air Jamaica. I'm gonna give you a little public service announcement. If you ever decide to fly to Jamaica on Air Jamaica, you ain't gonna make it. They don't have a map, a GPS, or a clue where Jamaica is. I'm in the back of the plane. I can clearly hear my pilot yelling out the window at other planes, okay? I hear my pilot yelling, hey man, where Jamaica at, man? I'm trying to take a nap, the captain comes on, hey man. This is your captain. If you look out the window, you will notice we're at 32,000 feet, man. I look out the window, we are still on the ground. So now when you went, you okay? You all right? So when you went to Jamaica, wait, don't, that's all right. No, we can't afford 911, okay? We just got 9, that's all you're gonna get. When you went to Jamaica, did you get your hair braided? Did you get your hair braided? You never been to Jamaica. You said you went to Jamaica. Are you reading the label on the medication at all? Anybody been to Jamaica? I've been to Jamaica. Really? Where? I don't know where I went to Jamaica. Wait, you don't know where you went? You've never been to Jamaica. Did she say she went to Jamaica? You did, yes. That's okay. Yeah. Do they know you're away from the home now? That's a great thing about Jamaica. I went to Nude Beach there. Anybody been to a nude beach in Jamaica? It got quiet as hell right now. Everybody's got a fantasy about going to a nude beach. Everybody thinks when you go to a nude beach, they all look like models. Oh, hell no. They look just like your ass, all right? They're just as disappointed to see you as you are to see them. I've been to nude beaches all over the world. I'm very comfortable with my body. I don't care, man. But I'll tell you this, I'm never, ever going back to nude beach in Jamaica. Oh, hell no. Scared the shit out of me, all right? I'm very comfortable with what the Lord gave me. I felt like a 4-year-old boy at that beach. Ladies, you will love the nude beach in Jamaica. I'm laying on the beach, and they had a guy making these fresh pineapple coconut salads. I'm eating my pineapple coconut salad. I'm naked. I'm laying on my stomach. I'm reading my book, okay? I'm reading my book, eating my pineapple coconut salad, right? And this brother walked on the beach, dreadlocks, thick dreadlocks, walked on the beach, dropped his drawers. He was just like... I'm laying on the beach going, excuse me. Your dick is in my salad. I'm a vegetarian, and I don't remember ordering a salad with a dick in it. I love talking about sex when there's young people here, when there's young people in town. A lot of people, young people think that when you get older, you don't have sex, man. People have sex. If you're over 50 and you're having sex, good for you. But I'll tell you this now, when you're over 50, you're having sex, it's a whole lot different. When you're young, you can get in any position you want. You can do it anywhere. When you're over 50, there are some rules and regulations. Someone is signing a waiver at some point. When you're sitting on the end of the bed, you're looking at the other person going, okay, if we're going to do this, we need to go over some guidelines. Number one, whatever you do not put any pressure on my left knee right here. If you lean on my hip and it makes a noise, I need you to stop immediately. I only got one position. You sit in the chair, I'll be in the couch over here. And she's like, I'm an epileptic. If I go into a seizure, don't stop. If it's going good, I'll catch up with you when I come back from the other side. I gotta go, folks. Thank you very much. Good night. Jamaica! Look at him.
Reno Collier is taking the stage when we return.
You guys having a good time so far? We got people from all different ages, comes to things. We got some younger people here. How old are you guys right here? 25, you guys got kids? No? Young man, let me tell you something. If you ever decide to have a child and you get a chance to watch that kid come into the world, fucking don't. Yeah. I'm serious. You're young. I'm going to explain this to you in a nice way, okay? And I'm going to keep this as clean as I can. Now, medically speaking, we all agree that women have that. Right? You've seen that, right? Medically speaking. Okay. Now, if you've only seen her thing do stuff when you got that, right? And that's her. If you've only seen her thing do stuff when you got, when you guys are doing it, you haven't seen a baby, when you're like, oh, I love when we do this, you know what I mean? And she's like, I like it too, And you're like, we should do this all the time, She's like, well, maybe a little more often, And you're like, it feels like the first time. She's like, well, not really, but okay, right? That's good. Don't do that. That'll get you kicked out of the house. You know what? I'm not kidding. Don't do it anyway. I don't care what society says. There's poop in there. You shouldn't go in there. There's freaking doo-doo in there. That's why God made it stink, so we didn't play around in it. It's poop. What the hell happened? Sex wasn't good enough? You don't make this better? A turd? What are you, retarded? Knock it off. It's freaking poop. Ah, shit. We just had sex. No, you fucking pooped on me, and now we're seeing other people. All right. What happens when a baby comes out is, right, the baby, I'm sorry, I couldn't finish that because I'm stupid. When a baby comes out, what's your name? Kevin. When a baby comes out, right, the baby will come down the womb and out through the aorta, right? There's a Volvo and shit in there. There's lots of things. There's a Filipino tube. So the kid comes out, and you're supposed to naturally love a kid, all right? When a baby first comes out, no one tells you. For the first part of a baby's life, they poop this hot melted tire stuff, this black tar shit comes out. And I didn't know what to do with a kid, right? And my son was born, and we're at McDonald's, and my ex-wife, she's like, you need to help me with this. I know. You're not supposed to take a newborn baby to McDonald's, but I live in the South. So, yeah. So she's like, you need to help me with this baby. I'm like, what do you want me to do? She goes, I want you to take him in the bathroom and change his diaper, right? And I didn't want to look stupid right there in the middle of McDonald's, right? So I take my little man. In the men's room. We get in the men's room, and I see on the wall, they got one of those baby changing station machine things, right? So I opened it up. I laid him on there, and I closed it. And I waited as long as I thought it'd take for whoever's on the other side of the wall to fix his ass. And you open it up, and they ain't automatic. And that koala bear, he don't say shit. Did you guys have fun tonight? Let's bring the comics back up here, everybody. Great job, guys. Excellent, brother, excellent. Keep it going for Mike Fine. Veronica Mosie. He's texting. Jason Vecsey and Rondell Sheridan. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Great job.